on their heels. The good thing is regardless of who's at quarterback, Blake Corum is the superstar of that Michigan offense. So it's interesting to see.
We are underway. The Wolfpack will return this ball, and we are going. So the Wolfpack start out at the 21. Good opportunity to start out.
Yeah, something about the big house at night. It's just the sun's going down, the lights are on, the crowd's going crazy. Came out of the tunnel, slapped the banner. Here we go.
It's a 4 wide set for the Wolfpack. 3 to the right. The handoff this time up the gut. There's nothing going on for Michael Allen.
Yeah, an impressive play. Made sure that they're going to contain that running back. And, if anyone runs, they're going to make, Devin Leary, who's their star player on offense, carry the load there on those option reads.
You speak about Devin Leary. It's going to be the key for this Wolfpack offense, considering you have a freshman in that backfield. They go into the strong I formation. They'll hand it back off to Michael Allen. Allen cuts back. He picks up 6.
Yeah, it's the interesting part for me for this NC State team led by George is a very, no pun intended, right, West Coast loving type of coach, and with a team like NC State who has a good quarterback, a good offensive line, that running back in Michael Allen, it's going to be interesting to see how he chooses to use him.
Another strong I formation. Strength is to the right here. They'll hand it off to Michael Allen again, getting stretched out, and he'll lose 2. Brings up 4th and 8. Great defensive play by the Wolverines.
Yeah, that is impressive right there. He made sure he got his hands on the tight end, threw him off of him, and he identified exactly where he was going. Big play there by Michigan, forcing an early punt here. The crowd is feeling it.
The Wolfpack have to punt on their opening drive. Let's see where Michigan will set up their first attack. Return will come from about the 27-yard line by Wilson. Wilson cutting past midfield. He'll go down. Really good return inside the 40 of the NC State at the 37 to be exact. Michigan in really good territory to get some points.
Yeah, Roman Wilson is that speedster there for the receivers, 6 feet, 185. And he's just an impressive receiver that plays there with that group. Is really the guy that's going to take the top off the defense, and a 35-yard return sets up this young quarterback and of course, Blake Corum and this offensive line in a really good opportunity.
J.J. McCarthy will take the snaps tonight. Blake Corum is in the backfield. They'll go to Corum on the first play here. And not too much. It is a 4-yard gain. Good start for the Wolverines.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 yards, 5 yards. You want to stay, as long as it stays positive, stay ahead of the chains. And it was scary because there was a huge seam right there, Eagles.
Absolutely. You saw that too. It opened up. I thought he was going to be able to make it through. Good job scraping by the Wolfpack defense. On 2nd and 6, 2 backs in the backfield. They're twins to the left. They'll hand it off to Corum. Corum gets hit early, spins, and he's about the 30-yard line. He'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, we're seeing both these offenses trying to extend these plays to the edge. A lot of these plays are designed cutbacks and things of that nature, but they really trust their O line to secure the outside. But so far, we're seeing both teams play very disciplined out there.
3rd and 3 at the 30. What do you think's coming, Danny?
Yeah, you got an explosive player like Blake Corum, but the speed of JJ McCarthy is what is unique, right? And anything to get him out in the perimeter, an option read. Let's see what happens.
4 wide again for the Wolverines. They'll hand it off to Corum. Corum gets the first down and more.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to do, right? You put it in your best player's hand, and Blake Corum following that offensive line, man, they're huge. You got Ryan Hayes, 6'7", 305, 6'6", 305 at the guard. Everyone is massive here in this offensive line, and you got to trust them.
Not just are they massive, but they move people around. You see some lines, they're massive, but they can't move.
Correct.
McCarthy's under center this time. A pro set. Tight ends to the right here. He'll hand it off to Corum. Corum bouncing it, goes outside, he'll pick up 1.
Yeah, good little pin and pull action there from the Michigan offensive line. You'd like to see that cutback right get north, but it's like we're saying, they're playing discipline out there on the edges, and if there's anyone that you're not gonna get mad at for trying the edge, it's Blake Corum.
Agreed. It brings up 2nd and 9. Gonna be interesting to see where Michigan wants to go from here now that you're a little bit off schedule. It's a full house set here. McCarthy will drop back. Looking, it's a screen over the middle to Johnson. Johnson only gains 2, brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he's one of those big receivers, man. Cornelius Johnson is McCarthy's favorite. He's got a really good job. He does a really good job of making people miss. He's not the fastest, but man, can he move. And that was a smart play call there, but better by the defense.
3rd and 7, likely pass, but you could see Corum. This could be 4-down territory here. It's a tight set for the Wolverines. McCarthy will drop back looking. Throws incomplete over the middle, and now decision time.
Yeah, Moore there in the middle doing a good job of jamming the receiver. It's in front of 5 yards. As long as the ball's not in the air, you can make a little bit of contact, and they smacked him off his route and went right over his head.
It looks like Moody is on to try this field goal attempt. The kick is up. The kick is good. And Michigan gets on the board first. Moody lines up, ready to kick this ball away to the Wolfpack. Kicks it to the right here. It's going to land at the goal line. It will be returnable. Out to the 20. And there was almost a seam there for Julian Gray.
Man, he took a smack there at the end, though.
Good return by Julian Gray at the 28. You're in front of the 25, so it's a good return, good play there.
Yeah, and something very interesting, about NC State is Michael Allen took the majority of that. He's a freshman. He's a freshman running back, and the starter, of course, we expected was Jordan Houston. He's a junior. He's one of their impact players, so it's interesting to see who's going to take the carries here.
The Wolfpack come out in that strong eye look once again. They go to the field this time with the strength. They will hand it off up the gut, the cutback. Oh, what a play. Close to the first down is Michael Allen. They ran the dive up the right side, bounced back to the left to almost get the first.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why Coach George has Michael Allen there in the starting lineup. Super shifty. He evaded maybe like three Michigan defenders and got himself 9 yards. A great first play to start off.
Brings up 2nd and inches for the Wolfpack here. Looks like they're going to go back to the strong eye set once again. 3-4 look from the Wolverines. Play action this time. Throw complete this time to the tight end. No, sorry, that's the fullback, Big Penis. He's got the completion. There's a first down for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, great job there. One of the fan favorites here, Big Penis, doing a good job of making sure that he really flexes what he's supposed to have out there, and impressive. And when you talk about Coach George, his love for fullbacks is incredible, and he really loves himself, Big Penis.
Absolutely. I heard George, he loves his fullback, Big Penis. He thinks he's one of the best players on this roster. Pro set for the Wolfpack. It's a dive up the gut from Michael Allen. Allen cuts back. He'll get 5.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of north running here, and it's paying dividend, right? Every time they try to extend plays on the edge, Michigan's got those stud defensive linemen. But down the middle, they're really seeing a lot of success here, NC State is.
So at the 50-yard line here, 2nd and 5, NC State has sustained this drive very well. The strong eye set comes again. This time they're pulling it to the boundary. They'll hand it off to Michael Allen. Allen will get about 3-4 yards. 3rd and 1 this time. And I wouldn't see any reason not to run the ball again.
And you've talked about it, right? Staying ahead of the chain, staying ahead and making sure you're in a good situation. And I agree, right here, your playbook's really open. You got an athletic fullback, a fast running back. Have fun with it and open it up a bit.
Comes out in the pro eye look. The strength is to the boundary. Once again, they'll hand it off to Michael Allen. Allen gets hit early, but he does have the first.
Yeah, 3 yards. You needed 1. You got yourself 3, and that was impressive right there. Good job. We've yet to see, the superstar for NC State, Devin Leary, really open up that arm, but it's impressive that this run game is carrying him right.
This might be part of the game plan. Establish the run early before the Michigan Wolverines can adjust to it and then hit him deep late in the game. Dropping back is Leary this time. He'll throw. It's complete over the middle. This is to Thayer Thomas, 19 yards, first down, Wolfpack.
Yeah, Thayer Thomas is pretty much their number one guy, but he plays a lot of his plays on the inside, right? He'll be the slot guy. They love his route running. His agility, his acceleration is really impressive. And right there, we saw him get wide open there, right down the middle.
It's a great route, especially when you're looking at the coverage being presented. That's what the gap is. And he just made them pay. Brings up pro eye look here for the Wolfpack. It looks like they'll go power with this and a big hit to Michael Allen.
Yeah, he tried to cut back, get underneath that pulling guard, but he took a smack straight to the chest. Getting up a little slower there. He has been the workhorse today, and interesting to see how we're gonna balance this run game.
You're starting to see the Wolfpack start to pull some guards. Danny, what is the offense trying to accomplish when you start pulling guys left and right?
You want to make sure that you get that extra guy in there. You start folding blocks, right? You pin down stuff, and once you get that bigger guy on the edge against the defensive end, things get a little bit interesting out there.
Pro set for Leary. Leary drops back, looks, throws, complete on target. It's a touchdown for the Wolfpack. Devin Carter, 23 yards.
Oh my Lord. 6'3", 215. Devin Carter can run those routes. Stuck his foot in the ground. Deep out route, touchdown, NC State.
Beautiful route, and we just saw the Wolfpack knowing when to throw it and when not to. Not using the arm too much right now. The kick is up. The kick is good. NC State leads the Wolverines 7-3.
Yeah, an impressive drive there. Great answer. George just did a great job of really keeping everything balanced. And just when we thought it was going to be a 100% run, he drops back and he's slinging it.
Kick is on its way. Looks like it'll be out the back of the end zone. Touchback. Michigan will take over at the 25. We'll see how Michigan wants to respond here. Very important drive to stay neck and neck with NC State.
Yeah, and it's impressive to see how balanced both these teams are. So, we're going to see how they're going to pull it out.
Another 4 wide set. They'll hand it off to Corum. Corum cutting it up this time. He's got 8.
Yeah, it feels like anything handed off to Corum down the middle is guaranteed 5-6 yards. He's such an incredible athlete. He's low to the ground, and he's really, really hard to get down, especially behind that big O-line.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, it's NC State 7, Michigan 3, but Michigan does have the football 2nd and 2 at their own 33-yard line. They'll come out, pistol 4 wide set. It will be kept by McCarthy on the read option. McCarthy trying to make a man miss, tackled about the 41-42. But that's a first down for the Wolverines.
And there's McCarthy's leg showing us exactly what he can do. An incredible open field tackle. Those aren't easy. Those are not easy whatsoever. It's very interesting how McCarthy got spun up there. His legs looked a little tangled, but good to see him get up and bounce right back.
So the 41-yard line, McCarthy, that's a good time to use an extra man in the run game when they're not expecting it, especially when you've probably been preparing for McNamara to be the starter. McCarthy will drop back this time. Looks, throws. It's complete to Ronnie Bell, 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
Eagles, and to touch base with what you said earlier, it's a very good point. You're expecting a certain style quarterback, right? And McNamara, who's not the slowest, he's not a bad athlete, but he is more of a drop back, your prototypical quarterback. And then Coach Pham, starts McCarthy. That's a great job by Coach Pham, keeping his cards close to his chest and bringing out the athlete at quarterback.
You can see NC State, these first couple drives kind of look like they're on the back foot a little bit with the speed of McCarthy. This time McCarthy will drop back. He throws complete to Henning. Henning trying to make a move, but he has the first down.
Yeah, those are the routes you want your young quarterback to throw, right? Hey, those quick read, one route throws, that's what you want. It helps gain that confidence, get them in rhythm, and especially you're at home, you're in front of your fans, have fun with it. And great job so far by Coach Pham keeping everything simple for his quarterback.
The Wolverines enter plus territory. It's going to be a 4 wide set. Corum to the right side of McCarthy. They direct snap it to Blake Corum. Corum making men miss. He's got the first down.
I love that play right there. I have not seen anyone pull that play out just yet, and Pham did a good job. Why not snap it right directly to the best athlete you have, right? And just incredible job by that offensive line.
What a play call, and what guts by Coach Pham to call that play. A snap could go wrong while trying to look like you're going to snap it to the quarterback. Great call, great execution. It's a 4 wide set once again for the Wolverines. McCarthy trying to tell his receivers a new route. He'll drop, looking, throws complete to Johnson. Johnson will go down, completion for 8.
Yeah, that's Cornelius Johnson right there. And again, we spoke about him earlier, 6'3", 210. He's an incredibly tall, big receiver, and it's very hard to get those guys down. And Coach Pham's doing a good job attacking the middle, getting some to the outside, getting a quick run, getting something down the middle. He's keeping everything open, and that's really impressive.
You also feel like there's a rhythm to this offense. They're just going wherever they want to. They're keeping in rhythm in time. They'll go counter GT Corum. He's got the first down for 6.
This just pure athleticism. 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cuts, and he gets 6-7 yards on just those moves. And that's what we've been waiting for, right? To see Corum really take over a game, and right now he's getting into it.
It's also the patience. You can see the eyes just scan. You see where the hole's going to open up. You have to wait for it to open. Pro eye set. To the left side is the strength of the formation. No good Corum this time. Corum trying to cut it up, running over a man. He's got 8.
Yeah, I'd love to see that play. A nice little dart play. You pull your backside tackle. He either turns it up or he gets out there with you. It's another extra blocker like we talked about earlier, Eagles. And, you see there, they literally just bowled over for 8 yards. And just another good call.
Can you explain for people watching what dart really means? Because they probably haven't heard that term too much.
So you'll get your backside tackle on that one to pull across, and of course that dart play, you want to. It's gonna pretty much set up an open, kind of like what we just saw right there. Once they pull around, he's got the choice. He's getting inside, or he's gonna go wrap around all the way outside. Really depends if your running back can read it, and Corum really can.
Thank you, Danny, for the explanation. As that time, Corum picks up 5. It's a first and goal for the Wolverines.
Yeah, we see Corum come out of the game now, and just because Corum's not in doesn't mean that Donovan Edwards, number 7, isn't a beast.
2x2 set. They'll go to Donovan Edwards. Edwards trying to run over a man. He's got 4.
Yeah, he almost just carried that defender another 3 yards with him. His teammate helped him out there, though.
When you're on the goal line, it is imperative to rally to the football. With second and goal at the 6, whole playbook still open, but you probably want to play it a bit safe, especially early in the game. McCarthy will keep it, and he gets hit immediately. Only gains 1 because of how tall he is.
What a play there by Drake Thomas. Already 5 tackles on the day. That was pure. That user skill that George has right there on that one was incredible. That was tough. He was on an island.
If that gets outside of him, that could be a touchdown right there. Great job playing basically both men at once. Brings up 3rd and goal for the Wolverines here. 3 wide set, 2 backs are in the backfield for J.J. McCarthy. Edwards now motions out to make a trips look. McCarthy will drop back. Rolling right. McCarthy will go and he'll score a touchdown, Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, the legs of McCarthy are going to play a huge factor, and they already have huge play there to get to the edge. And just a good job of not forcing anything, pulling it down. Eagles, 12 plays, 69 yards. That is an impressive drive.
Not just impressive, that is what I would consider domination. You're just putting your will on the game right then and there. The first half, that is a statement drive. Danny, you've been an offensive lineman. What do those kind of drives do for your confidence?
Oh, I mean, they build you up, right? The thing is, it's 5 of you guys working as one. Your coaches trust you, run play after run play after run play. Builds a lot of confidence. Did we just see the kicker get laid out on the sideline, by the way? God bless.
Looks like it there. Now, NC State will probably, thinking about it logically with how the two teams have been playing, very limited possessions, will probably end up having a final possession here with Michigan. This hasn't been, these high throwing games. It has been the battle of the run game. Pro set left this time for the Wolfpack. The drop back by Leary, complete on the hitch route this time. And I believe that's Thayer Thomas. Yes, it is. 2nd and inches.
Yeah, that was a great job. Just 1, 2, 3, put your foot in the ground, let your receiver know. He found the space. Good job there. And on the flip side, right, Michigan had that long drive, but they're only up by 3, so NC State doesn't have to panic. They don't have to freak out and feel that they're under pressure. It's still a very, very tight game.
Pro set to the right this time. In the backfield is a single back. It's Michael Allen, and they will go to Allen this time. He gets lit up, but he does have the first.
Yeah, that was impressive right there by that linebacker. That middle linebacker is just making sure he took off, and a very impressive play. But like you said, the first down nonetheless.
1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. Pro set once again. Leary and the Wolfpack are loving going under center right now. They'll go back to Michael Allen. Allen has 7, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, so far that backside of most of these plays is ran off the left side, and you can see those cutback lanes are all going to the left, right? They're bouncing off, and he's slow playing it, running off Anthony Belton's backside, the left tackle. He's huge, 6'6", 330. Why not?
And when you talk about that backside movement, inside zone, you're thinking it's going to hit either front side A or it's going to cut back. That backside is just as important as the front side.
Correct.
Pro eye look for the Wolfpack once again. Play action. Leary rolling. Leary's going to take off. He's got the first down, and he'll get out of bounds.
And that's where the run game, it plays a huge factor. As soon as he pulled that ball out, you saw both middle linebackers fly in and commit there for Michigan. And, it was a little dangerous because Leary took off, but he had a couple guys streaking wide open.
So it brings it 1st and 10 at the 50. We'll see. Does Coach George have seen what just happened there, that the play action stuck so many guys up, and go back to it again, or does he keep it on the ground? We'll keep it on the ground this time. Michael Allen, and he gets nothing, absolutely laid out.
Yeah, Mazi Smith right there, the defensive captain, 6'3", 340. The man can bench press a house, and he got off the lineman. Great play.
Bunch trips to the right side of the formation. Dropping back is Leary. Looking now, he rolls. Leary throws. It is off this time by Michael Allen. 25 yards. First down, Wolfpack.
Yeah, you saw the linebackers there, man. They were chasing. They didn't know whether to attack or come down. And it was a tough one there. You see, Junior Colson is that athlete there from Michigan, and he was trying to chase it down, but just an incredible play by Leary.
Not just by Leary, but also by Michael Allen to find the space this time.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this. They get really heavy here. 2 tight ends, 2 backs. They'll hand it off. This time, try to go to the edge. Houston, he's only got 1.
Man, they were 1 second away with their lineman to hold that block to just popping off because the fullback was leading the way up to the 3rd level. It was a bit scary there.
Bit scary, but you need every single blocker to do their job. Wasn't done that time. We'll see what the Wolfpack have this time. 2x2 set. The tight ends attached to the line. Dropping back is Leary, and he'll roll. Leary's going to take off. Leary's going to take a hit. He's short of the first down. It's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Eagles, you never want to see your quarterback take a shot, especially to that throwing shoulder. Gets up a little slow there. We're now under 30 seconds here in the first half. Clock ticking away here.
And the Wolfpack still do have 3 timeouts, but you wonder, do you use one? I would have thought you may have used one here just to save a little bit of time. But don't blame them when you can run the ball like this. Clock continues to tick down, though. Play action by Leary. Looks, throws. It is complete. Inside the 5-yard line is Big Penis.
That's right. Say it, baby. Crowd favorite right there.
And the Wolfpack's hurrying up. They're not using the timeout here.
Yeah, and they got 3 of them.
We'll see what Leary does here. Clock ticks. Play action looking. Throws. It is caught. Touchdown. Who else but Big Penis?
That's right. The only player in the NCAA to have an NIL deal with Magnum Condoms. And what a play right there. Incredible job. NC State coach, they answered back. 10-play drive. Oh, my Lord.
That is an excellent drive. And, we were thinking, what are they doing, not using the timeouts? They've played it to perfection this time.
Yeah, we saw Coach George look up to the booth up here, give us a quick finger, and, just let us know, hey, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. And he doesn't want to stop any time for these TV timeouts. He doesn't believe in them.
Yeah, our TV sponsors might be getting a little bit mad at us for that. But the kick is on its way here. Looks like it'll go back out the end of the end zone this time. And Michigan will take it at their own 25. Likely going to see them run the ball here and get to the half.
Yeah, Eagles, and we saw, right, Michigan had a 12-play drive. NC State had a 10-play drive. 7 minutes total for those 2 drives to occur. So, I mean, realistically, right, if we're going to go off that math, we're thinking about just 4 more drives, and this game's already over, right? So it's very crucial that these points are taken.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, Michigan does get the football at the half, so no worrying right here. They do come out in shotgun. They'll throw it to Corum. We'll see what Corum has here. Corum making him a miss.
Oh, my.
Corum almost broke free this time. Got 28. Almost breaks free, but that will take us to the half.
Yeah, love the play call there. You get to your athlete right away, then big boys get out there. Great play.
Well, at the end of the first half, it's NC State 14, Michigan Wolverines 10. Danny, what are your thoughts on that first half?
Just a great job of both these coaches being patient, being calm, and using what their tools are. And it's impressive that none of them are sticking to one side of the spectrum. Running, throwing, it's an incredible job by both these guys. And we're seeing these coaches really use every tool that they have.
Well, looks like we are ready to get underway here. The Wolfpack kick it away. Wilson will not have the opportunity to return this one. Again, the Wolverines take it at the 25.
Yeah, it's always crucial to kick those kickoffs out of bounds, right? I mean, Michigan has studs that return that ball. We already saw a 35-yard punt return earlier, set up a huge drive. So it's always imperative that you kick this ball and don't even let them get a chance to do it.
Well, here we go. First play from scrimmage here in the second half. Tight look here from Michigan in the shotgun. They will go to Corum. Corum trying to find the edge. Corum will try and cut back. He's got 4.
Yeah, impressive play there by the NC State defense. They gave up a little bit of ground there, but they made sure that every single gap was covered with a player. Those white jerseys held up, and just a good job not giving that big play up.
So it brings up 2nd and 6 this time. Again, the 4 wide set. This time they're spread out a little bit more here. Bell goes in motion. They'll hand it off on the jet sweep. Bell couldn't quite get the edge.
Wow. Wow. We talked about it earlier, right? In Eagles, you said it. Every block matters there. Peyton Wilson getting underneath, ripping through. He's him and Drake Thomas, two of the best players, defensive players in this league. And right there, Peyton Wilson makes his name known.
We don't really give that much credit to defensive players, but today, defensive players have been forcing teams to drive down the field on them. No 2 big plays of like 30-plus yards. McCarthy will drop back, throws. It's to Bell. Bell steps back. What a completion. He's at about the 46, 47-yard line.
Yeah, it was a good touch pass there. I'm not sure if that ball slipped out or it was meant to be a nice little lob, but, Wilson's a speedster, so if you let him get loose, he's going to take one to the crib.
Now decision time. Do you go back to the ground game? It's worked so well for you and burn some more clock, or do you want to keep going in the air?
Yeah, you trust the athletes you have, and you stick to the backfield speed.
They'll hand it off to Corum. Corum, spinning for no reason, gets upfield. He's got 7.
Yeah, and that's exactly it right there. Anytime you see 3 down linemen, trust that your boys are going to pick up that system. The 3-3-5 is really, really contingent on that D-line playing their part, and one mistake really sets up a crucial run.
You speak about the 3-3-5, having played against 3-3-5 myself, there's sometimes if they're playing that spread 3-3-5 with 5 DBs, it can be very difficult for the interior box there to figure out how to play against these blocks coming from the O-line. Exactly. They'll throw this one to Henning. Henning's got it first down.
Yeah, good job. See, another route right there. And we saw it earlier with that quick out route to Wilson. Now he's got a quick little flat route there to Henning. McCarthy's doing a good job of, he knows where to go. He's identifying what to do. And he's playing this game almost, to perfection.
Now a full house set for the Wolverines. It's 1st and 10. From plus territory, they'll go to Corum. Corum gets hit immediately, but he still carries the guy for 4.
Yeah, it was an incredible play on that backside right there. They honestly just completely cut off. You got to secure the backside for that, especially on stretch plays, zone plays, and you see why you need to right there. Chased them down and only gave up 4.
So from the plus 39 here, 2nd and 6. Again, your whole playbook's available to you, but I wouldn't imagine they go away from what's gotten them to this point. Short passes to the exterior, some over the middle, but mainly go to the ground game still. McCarthy will throw it outside to Henning. Henning makes a man miss. He's at about the 24. It's a 1st and 10 Wolverines.
Yeah, again, quick throw, decision throws. And right now we're seeing Coach Pham really get into his book, and he's really, calling himself a great play, a great game right now, and staying on script.
1st and 10 from the 24. Michigan well on schedule each time they've possessed the ball. McCarthy doesn't like what he sees this time. He'll hand it off to Corum. Corum gets hit immediately. He only gains 1.
Yeah, those are 2 guys right there that you have to block. You have to get, bodies on those players right there. And we're seeing Taylor again for NC State, making sure that his presence is known. And if there's anyone you're going to identify, it's him. And unfortunately, Michigan O-line didn't right there.
We'll see if NC State wants to bring heat here on 2nd and 9, seeing that Michigan's behind on the schedule currently, or if they want to just play it straight up. The handoff is to Corum, and Corum running through, man. He's got the first down at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you said it earlier, Eagles. If they're in that spread 3-3-5 and only two backers are there and they're right in the gaps, you just got to go base, right? Big on big, five linemen versus three D linemen and two backers. You like your odds, and we see why we like the odds right there.
Most teams will take 5-on-5 in the box every single day of the week.
Amen.
4 wide set for the Wolverines. McCarthy makes some checks at the line here. McCarthy drops back. He'll look. Throws in the middle to Ronnie Bell. Bell's got about 5.
Yeah, something that Coach Pham talked about all week long is the trust he has in his quarterback. He trusts the audibles he's going to make, the hot routes, and we're seeing why, because he's decisive. He doesn't second guess. He doesn't pump the ball. He's letting it rip and getting the ball into his athletes' hands.
So 2nd and 5 from the 6 here. Danny, if this was you play calling here, what are you calling?
Well, our running back's getting 5 to 6 yards a pop, and I love my bigs, so we're gonna let them carry us into this end zone.
Full house set for the Wolverines. McCarthy changing something at the line here. Hands off.
Yeah, incredible play on those outside players.
1 this time. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, you'd love to see your tight end there. I know he's in there, he's in the backfield, but you'd love to see him, turn it up and pick up that outside guy. But he kind of just turned it up and avoided him. And, I think it's Schoonmaker, I think I see here, and just completely avoided that defender.
This brings up 3rd and 6 this time. Michigan now a little bit behind schedule for the first down or touchdown this time. Edwards does go in motion here. McCarthy drops back, looking, throws. It is batted away. What a defensive play by NC State.
Yeah, it's rare to see McCarthy decide like, hey, you know what? I want to test this defense there. But again, those linebackers, man, Peyton Wilson is something special. Drake Thomas, those guys are young and they're really, really athletic.
And I believe this is Moody on the try. The kick is up. The kick is good. Michigan only down by 1 now. The Wolfpack, 14-13.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Moody up and getting that field goal in earlier. He got rocked there on the sideline. He put an ice pack on his back, but he seems to be okay. Let's keep an eye on him here. Hopefully he doesn't get caught again.
What sort of confidence can that give a team, coming out immediately and getting the stop?
Sorry, I was staring at Moody. I was making sure he didn't get killed again. But look, you said it. Michigan just had themselves right before a 12-play, 4-minute drive, and Coach Pham called a great offense. But for you to bend and not break, that gives you tremendous confidence, especially on the flip side when your offense gets back on there. Hey, we saw what our defense is holding up. Let's make magic ourselves.
13 personnel for the Wolfpack. 3 tight ends to the right side of the formation.
Love to see it.
See what Leary does. Play action. Looking. Rolling. Leary will take off, and he'll get out of bounds. Picks up 6.
Yeah, it's a good job there. He didn't like what he saw. And I'll tell you what, he's got the arm for it. But, hey, you can't fault your quarterback for not trusting what he's going to have, taking it down, pulling it down, and getting out of bounds. Eagles, that's prototypical.
Prototypical, great decision making that time, not forcing anything, especially with the lead currently.
Correct.
Strong eye look, this time to the field. Left side of your screen here. Tight receiver as well. Leary will draw back, looking. Throws complete. Turner getting turned around this time. And it is complete inside Michigan territory. Is that Carter there? I believe so. Carter at the 36.
Yeah, Devin Carter, man, we've seen that just because he's got that size doesn't mean he can't put his cleat in the ground, turn around, and you see there 6'3", 215, just turning around on the stop of a dime. And that was very difficult for that DB, man. So props to him for making that, helping his teammates get there.
You can see Turner, good job trying to keep him underneath. It's a difficult situation here with a quick, tall receiver, one-on-one in open space. All you can do is slow him down.
Exactly. Great point.
Open trips to the right side of the formation this time for the Wolfpack. Play clock rolling down. Leary will drop back, looking, rolls right. Leary gets hit as he throws, almost picked off by Barrett.
Oh man, Eagles. He had a receiver streaking down the sideline, but he stopped his feet, set it up, got clobbered there. You hate to see the drop pick.
And someone might want to make sure that Leary is okay. That was a massive hit he took.
Yeah, he got up, making sure he strapped back on his helmet. That one was a tough one. Impressive play call there. And you just want to make sure he stays healthy there.
So 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. And they go back to the strong eye look. They're playing it to the strong left here, and they'll hand it off. Oof. Allen, though, gets lit up. 3rd and 12.
Yeah, it's the first time in a long time that they've run that stretch play, and Michigan's defense still staying out there. Eagles, we've seen that these edges have been really secured. We've seen Leary scramble out there. And Michigan hasn't really given up a lot. Tell us a little bit about like the mindset of containing the edge, why it's so important.
We see with a running back like Allen, who can break off a play at any moment, if you contain him inside, the rest of your team's there. Your linebackers, the rest of your D line's there. You'll be better off if they can rally to that and you can keep him inside. If he gets outside, well, all of a sudden now you're trusting DBs to try and make a tackle, especially the corners that are the first line there. They're playing corner, not safety, for a reason.
Yeah, and we just see again, right? Leary scrambles out. He takes off. He's off. He's off balance. He's taking off. He's trying to avoid getting brought down and still trying to make a throw. He had the guy open, but scrambling out. Just a good job by Michigan to rally in, and they got speed, man, and they're showing it.
4th and 12. This is a very long field goal attempt from about 55. Kick is on its way. It is good. This time, NC State extends the lead to 17 to Michigan's 13. Now the Wolfpack will send it away to the Wolverines. No return looks likely here. It will bring it out to the 25.
Yeah, and now Michigan does their part of having a big drive put against them and not breaking, bending to a certain point. But now they get an opportunity to answer right back. And this game's just gotten a whole lot interesting. So, it's you need a touchdown. You've proven that you can drain almost half a quarter. So it's good to see what Coach Pham's going to run here.
Tight 4-receiver set this time for Michigan. They'll hand it off to Blake Corum. Corum cutting it up. He's got 3, and that will take us to the 4th quarter. 4's up in chat as it's the Wolfpack 17, the Wolverines 13.
Yeah, we got a good one here. And before we go on to the next play, I want to give props to George on that user tackle. That was incredibly hard. Pham had to cut back. If George isn't in there and with his linebacker, it was going to be maybe off to the races. So great play. Great job by both these guys reading those plays.
Lining up for a photo finish here. The tight 4-receiver set. McCarthy dropping back throws complete to Corum in the flat. Corum making men miss. Here goes Corum. He's at the 40. Corum steps back, and he's at the 34, 33-yard line. Big play for the Wolverines.
Yep, get the ball into the best player's hands, man, and he's a stud. You see him out there, explosiveness, just catches it, didn't break a beat, and just completely hit that sideline. Great job by Corum.
So now the plus 34, you're in range, but you need 6. Do you think more methodically here, waste some time, or do you want to go score immediately?
Hey, trust your defense. Stick to your game plan. Don't worry so much about what they dictate. You dictate it for them.
Corum will get the ball. He's got the first down. And look at this O-line moving, men.
That is what you love to see right there. Those big guys getting up to the 2nd, 3rd level. Great play call there. right down the middle, and we're seeing it just gashing down the middle.
Brings up 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line of NC State. And in the big house, this is no bigger moment to start off your season. The pro eye look, strong to the right. They'll hand it off to Edwards with a lead. Edwards got the corner. Edwards knocked out at about the 4-yard line. 1st and goal.
Yeah, right in front of the NC State student section there. Just an incredible play call. And Donovan Edwards, like we said, they're not going to skip a beat with him in there. He is impressive.
You go back to the ground here, Danny.
Oh, 4 yards away, you stay in that I formation, keep those tight ends and fullbacks in there. And I don't see a fullback on Michigan's roster, but, I mean, it doesn't matter because that tight end, he's making some plays.
And they do go pro eye look. McCarthy changing things at the line here. He'll hand it off to Corum. Corum is stuffed at the 1.
Yeah, that's a great play there by NC State, extending their D linemen, extending their hands, getting off their blocks, anchoring down here, man. And you want to make sure they earn it. You make sure that they earn every single yard, regardless if you give up 4 or you give up 7 or you give up 3. Make them earn it.
So now 2nd and goal at the 1 here. You would think it'd be on the ground this time. Your run game has been so effective, but you never know with Michigan. The pro eye set strong. They're going to flip this here, flipping the formation. They go pro eye to the left now. They'll hand it off. And that is Schoonmaker. He's in. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Yeah, getting the fullback some attention there. Fullback touchdown for NC State. Fullback touchdown to Michigan. If you put a bet on that, I guarantee you you're cashing out because who would have dunked that?
Moody on for the PAT. The kick is up. The kick is good. Michigan leads it 20-17.
Yeah, Eagles, what a way to start off this NWO weekend, right? I mean, just you got to think about it. These 2 games back to back, like you said, photo finish, man, and it's just this game's looking really interesting coming down the stretch.
It could come down to who has the ball last. We've had an excellent game earlier with LSU and FSU. And, I thought he was almost gone for a second on the return. We've had 2 great games to start out the year. Great way for the NWO League to return.
Yeah, it's great to be back, man. It's great to call it a game with you, Eagles. It's always fun, man. And with these type of games and with George, Fam, 2 of the best people in the NCAA community, it's a great way to get this thing going.
Absolutely. As we get a drawback from Leary. Leary rolling right. Leary will throw. It is incomplete. Caught the football, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, we see him roll out there again. Another rollout, and it's tough because they're not designed rollouts. And he's got a little bit of the receivers, getting open. They're getting separation. And it's interesting. I guess, he's seeing that his O-line's struggling a little bit. And it's an interesting tactic.
Now full wide for NC State. Leary will drop back, looking. Rolls right. He's got a little bit of space if he wants it. No, he'll throw complete over the middle. And that's going to be, there is a flag on the play here.
Yeah,
Let's
it's going
check
to be
the
illegal
flag
touching.
first. That was Thomas. But Thomas is going to get called for illegal touching.
Yep, went out of bounds, wasn't forced out there, and it's 3rd and 15, a huge 3rd down now.
3rd and 15 now for the Wolfpack. That's a huge penalty when you look at the course of this game. They go through a pro set. Tight end is to the right of the formation. Leary will drop back looking. Throws. It is big. Penis. He's making a man miss. He's at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 Wolfpack.
1st down. NC State. Oh, my Lord. What can't this man play? Fullback, tight end. He is one of the best athletes in the NWO right now.
Danny, you could probably line him up as your quarterback and you would still have great success.
Yeah, if when in doubt, run behind Big Penis.
Strong eye set, they'll hand it off. Allen, he's got about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8 from plus territory now. A field goal will tie the game, but you know these two coaches are thinking touchdown or nothing.
Yeah, and you almost felt the entire crowd, like everyone just cheering on that third down, and everyone's just sucked the air right out of this crowd. So interesting to see how we go here.
The I formation handed off. Allen trying to get the edge. Allen makes the man miss. Allen does get the edge. He's got about 16. And this is a big play. 1st and 10.
They keep working that edge, and they finally broke one. That's what Coach George loves to do, man. He loves this pro style West Coast offense, and he's got to get the edge. He's got to get the outside run. Great play there.
You see, they went back to the dart. They keep pulling men, trying to get a +1 advantage. They'll go up the middle this time. Good run for 4 yards.
Yeah, methodically moving the ball down, draining this clock. They want to be in the position to either choose their fate, whether we go for 6, or we kick the field goal. NC State wants to be in control right now.
And they're on pace to do just that. Michigan needs to get a stop to be able to control their destiny. 4 wide look. Leary changing things at the line. He'll drop back looking. Leary throws complete over the middle. Inside the 20 we go. And that's Thomas once again.
Yeah, I don't think there's a quarterback in this league that is almost as polished as Devin Leary, and it's very interesting to see the way he's being used so far. But when he delivers a throw, he's putting it on the money every single time. When he's nice and set in the pocket, this quarterback can rip it.
You see his favorite target, Thomas. He's been getting open all day long. Good to see that connection opening up for the Wolfpack. And they go toss this time. Outside, Allen, though, gets strung out. Loss of 4.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Michigan said, hey, you got us on one outside play. I don't think you're going to get us on another one. And the numbers favor NC State, but just a better play by Michigan's linebackers.
You see,
2nd and 14 here. Interesting to see what NC State's going to come out. 2 receivers to each side. Allen to the right of Leary. Calling some checks. Clock ticking down. Under 10 seconds of the play clock. Drops back. Leary rolling out to his right. Looking for a man. He's pulling it down. He's going to taking care of that ball. 3rd and 5 as he pulls up. He's coming up a little slow, but an impressive run there by Leary. Doing a good job of pulling it down. Not liking what he saw and getting himself extra yardage.
Yes, 3rd and 5 at the 11-yard line. Thank you, Danny. Well, has a few technical difficulties there.
Yes, sir.
But 3rd and 5 here. Critical down for NC State to control their destiny right here. They go to the I formation. And Michigan's responding with that to spread out their linebackers a little bit, make sure they can't get the edge. And they'll go with the toss. Allen is shut down. Timeout, Michigan.
Yeah, impressive play there. The linebacker spread. Eagles, you called it. They didn't want to give up the edge, and they didn't right there. And now, interesting to see how this next minute and 30 are going to go.
The kick has to be made first. It's on its way. It's up, and it's good. We are all tied up with 1:32 to play.
We wouldn't have it any other way right now. The NWO is just firing on all cylinders right now. A tied ball game, 1:30. Fam and his young quarterback have an opportunity here to get the big house rocking early in the season.
J.J. McCarthy, he can etch his name in Michigan folklore right here with a game-winning drive. The moment's big, but are the lights too bright for J.J. McCarthy?
He's got the great veteran O-line, Blake Corum, with him as well. Let's see how Coach calls this drive.
Tight 4-receiver set. McCarthy will drop back. He's looking. Throws complete to Wilson. And Wilson, big play. They're at the 49.
Yeah, good job. Great defensive play call, but one guy gets beat to the edge. McCarthy, 1, 2, 3, let it rip, knew where he wanted to go.
1st and 10 from the 49. Up to the line quickly is the Wolverines. And they'll go counter with Corum. Corum is stuffed, lots of 2.
I like the play call. You know, your running back is your best player in there, but just solid play by NC State.
So 2nd and 12 for the Wolverines. Clock ticking to a minute now. Big House is loving what they're seeing. They're ready for the finish here. McCarthy will drop back again, looking. McCarthy having to roll, throws. It is complete. Oh. No, they're going to call it incomplete, broken up on the sideline.
Wow. That was about to be one of the best throws I've ever seen in this game, and Corum just couldn't come down with it. Very tough, but Eagles now it's interesting. 3rd and 12, incomplete. The clock stops. You know what's going on here.
You know, I like the play being made there. I like the throw there, especially because you could make it. That was a play that could have been made, but you know the clock stopping, and we know in the NWO league, if there's too much time on the clock, even 30 seconds isn't too little for a coach to go score. Edwards making men miss.
Oh my Lord!
He's making them miss. He's inside the 30 now.
Edwards fresh legs in the 4th. Just completely energized, snuck out of there in the backfield. What a play.
And Coach George is absolutely stunned at the tackling of the defense that time. Could have made the stop on the ball back, but instead it comes down to Michigan's will. They hand off to Corum. Corum will center this football.
Yeah, good play there. I thought McCarthy was going to pull it. Safe play, though. Get it to Corum. Trust him. And good time out there by NC State.
Yep, NC State now having to use those timeouts. We have to think now. If a first down happens, in theory, you know, Michigan can use all the clock. They can call timeout whenever they want to, and they will be able to have the last play of the game. But that's if we get to that situation.
Correct.
2nd and 10, 4 wide this time for the Wolverines. They'll hand it off to Corum, and that's a big play, 7 yards.
I'm on the edge of my seat over here, man. It's 3 yards. This is gonna be a big 3rd down.
Now, if you're NC State, would you anticipate the middle? Because you want that ball centered if you do need to kick it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, play the run first, right? You want to play those gaps. You understand that it's a little tough to kick here. You are at home, so you're not really going to ice a lot. But, yeah, you got to make sure that you stop Corum down the middle.
Once again, 4 wide set. McCarthy will motion Bell into the backfield. They'll hand it off to Corum. Corum will have the first down. 1st and 10. And now Michigan have the opportunity to win the ball game.
Yeah, just impressive. That jet motion kept that backside honest. Didn't allow for any complete stabbing of that D line. And impressive for Corum to hold on to that ball because they were stripping at it.
It looks like Michigan wants to run another play here.
Yeah, gotta be careful. You know, this is how Sepp lost the game.
McCarthy, nope, Michigan will think better of it, and we'll call that timeout.
NC State holding that timeout for that icing of the kicker.
So 3 seconds left. We spoke about this man. It's Moody. Moody on to try the game winner.
If there's anyone that you want to try the game winner, it's Moody, man. He is one of the, if not the best kicker in the NCAA.
It might only be 33 yards, but I'm sure thinking that these posts look like it's more from 53. The kick from Moody's on its way. It's up. It is good, and the Michigan Wolverines will beat the Wolfpack at home.
A small little mistake there on that snap, but Moody, the best kicker in the NCAA, gets it down. What a game, Eagles.
Absolutely stunning. We saw a game of, it was a war of wills more of. The backs were the features. We thought Leary would feature more than he did, but it became the Michael Allen show.
Yeah, we saw 2 running backs really play a tremendous role in this, and a young running back in Michael Allen for NC State, and of course the veteran in Blake Corum. But just an impressive play there.
You look at the stat totals. I mean, we're speaking about teams that had Michigan 70 extra yards of offense. What does that speak to of how Michigan played today?
I mean, just a flawless game plan by Coach Pham. He did a great job of trusting his plays. He knew what he wanted to go to, and you can see the execution is because of how much he loves that playbook, and he's been studying it. So just a tremendous job by his young quarterback.
And you really start to look at the numbers broken down. The big difference in this one was the ground game. You see, Michigan went 29 for 150 and 2 touchdowns, while NC State 22 for 78 and no touchdowns.
Yeah, just an impressive, and it's a big motion of it is just how well Pham and George, how well they respect each other, man, and it's just impressive game there. But let's get the winning coach into the booth.
Absolutely. Pham, do you have us here?
Yep, I'm in. Yep, what's up, guys? Thanks for calling the game.
Absolutely, Pham. Great game today. Your Wolverines, there were times of adversity that popped up, but going down there, being able to drive, 12 plays, 10 plays over and over again. What sort of confidence does that bring for your team the rest of the way?
Oh yeah, we definitely want to start the season on the right direction. Want to limit turnovers, have a clean game, and overall, clean game, no turnovers by both Michigan and NC State. So definitely a fun one, but also very efficient with keeping the ball to ourselves when we had possession.
We also saw that you had Corum in the backfield, you had Edwards in the backfield. Corum obviously being your more featured guy, but all of a sudden Edwards made a name for himself. What do you think about that and possibly potential playing time for him in the future as well?
Yeah, I mean we got Edwards in the back pocket. Definitely reliable backup just in case Corum needs to step out or we just need to kind of get a change of pace. So yeah, definitely got a 2-headed monster at running back with Corum and Donovan Edwards.
Last question here, and then I'll pass you over to Danny for his questions. The offensive line, they were moving men all day long. The backside didn't give up. What do you preach to that line every time they step on the field?
Yeah, just stay aggressive, just keep it going, keep the feet churning, keep your hands inside, and just establish some gaps for Corum and Edwards to get through.
Thank you, Pham. I'll pass you over to Danny.
Pham, I think you are the only coach that's returned with his team, and you can see how well the Michigan team. And just tell us a little bit about how it feels to kind of play in the brand new, against brand new opponents, but with a familiar team. How well does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, definitely. There were some changes to the roster, but overall, it feels good to be back at Michigan and playing in the big house and definitely taking some notes from season 3 and trying to learn from, the beginners. We call it the learning curve in a way to get flowing. So yeah, definitely trying to apply those mistakes that we made in season 3 and try to get things going in the right direction for season 4 here.
Of course, and lastly, on that field goal, I know we saw the arrow turn a little bit there. How did you feel when the ball was leaving his foot? Did you feel a little bit, how was your heart going at that moment?
Yeah, I honestly felt that we shanked that but luckily the ball just bent at the last second right before it hit the upright. So then good thing we were just lined up in the middle of the field too, because I think if we were on the right hash or left hash, that would have been, yeah, that would have gone overtime.
Yeah, impressive game, fam. Great win, man. Great job starting off. It's always fun calling your game. So congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for calling, guys.
Now we will bring in the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack. George, do you have us here in the booth?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Cincy in the booth and fam. Good game, man. Great game.
Well, George, you had an excellent game. Your game plan was coming together so well. What do you think was the real difference in this ball game?
Coaching. I think I got outcoached. There was a lot of sustained drives by Michigan. They won a time of possession. They made smart decisions. Led to 3 field goals. They forced us to punt. We weren't able to force them to punt. We got to get the ball into the hands of our playmakers. Thayer Thomas only had 3 receptions. That's on coaching. Blake Corum had plenty of touches, and he made all the plays that Michigan needed today. And just got to coach better, man. Got to coach better to win.
Now, we look at that last drive there by Michigan, and you were clearly dejected by the defense when Edwards decided to start running through people a little bit. What do you think you guys really need to work on so one guy can't start to run through? Is it you need more tackling circuits? Is it pursuit angles? What do you think is going to be the big thing to work on this week?
I think the real thing is, once again, coaching staff has to keep our players out of that position, especially on the road. We got to be able to take care of business on our final possession offensively. Take some more of that clock or score 7 there instead of taking 3. That's really the difference in the game. Corum's going to be Corum, probably the best back in the NWO, maybe the best back in the nation. Yeah, I mean, Ricky Williams, out there in Texas, I mean, he's right up there too. But, I'm not disappointed by the gameplay on the last possession. It's just an incredible play that is unbelievable. So you don't believe it. It's just sticker shock. But, I think there was one possession defensively where we knocked down the ball in the end zone instead of getting an INT. And I think if we could have gotten that INT, maybe we walk away with this. But just not putting the players in positions to where, they got to be on the road against a top 10 team and, hold them. If you told me that, we were holding them to 23, I would have said, well, 20, I feel really good. If we could stop them from getting a field goal right there by ending the drive with a pick, I think that's the end of this game or the difference in this game, or at least overtime.
Thank you, George. I'll pass you on over to Danny. Great
call.
game,
I appreciate it listening to you.
Great game.
How's it going, George? Great game, man. I mean, impressive offensive performance by both of you guys. You have a top 10 quarterback in Devin Leary, and you guys went 10 for 13. Not a lot of throwing between both teams, very understandable. But once your guy was set in the pocket, he was just lighting it up. Was there any strategy towards the rolling out, trying to open up more receivers, or was it just trying to see the routes develop a little bit easier?
Michigan has a really stout defense. I mean, what they put on display here, coaches have to take notice because they're going to do this week in and week out. I think you mentioned it earlier. The coach came back to his team and he knows how to use them. He knows what the defense can do. Holding us to 20 is quite the feat right here because I really felt like the run game kind of didn't get going the way that we expected it to. So it kind of put the passing in a little bit more offense situations than what we wanted. Leary came off the field on that one play, just beside himself that he missed the guy over the top, across the middle. Wasn't able to quite hit him. But, other than that, he passed really well. It was 76% passing, but, the guy across the way, he did 80% passing. So it's just great execution on both sides. And our instances is where we ask him to, throw the pass, and if there's nobody open, do something with your legs because he's an athlete. Buy some time, find something downfield. It's just that the athletes on Michigan side was able to stick to our receivers like glue, and we could have featured a little bit more of the short passing game, but we played a clean game with no turnovers. We just needed one or two more plays to go our way. Better coaching would have done that.
I see. And lastly, for me, the one really big thing that stuck out for me was Michael Allen, the freshman, starting over Jordan Houston, the junior impact player. Kind of take us into the mindset as far as why he was the one that you decided to go with, and what was the mindset going through with that.
I really do appreciate that question because a lot of people will kind of question that. Some people are even wondering why I'm not putting our fullback as running back, with the ability that he's shown. But I think that really comes down to the freshman showing a little bit more explosiveness in what we've been doing internally in preseason. And he had the edge a couple times tonight. And just, one misstep against the athletes on Michigan, and they're able to recover with speed, with team speed, and great scheme and strategy. But we look for him to be able to break off some big runs, going forward in the future. He's got an explosive step that some of the upperclassmen aren't showing so far. And we like their roles in a little bit different type situations later in the game. So we're going to stay with him moving forward, and we really like his shiftiness and his ability to change direction on the outside and hit with speed.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's a stud, and I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to hear you call tonight. Your commentary is top notch, and thank you very much. I appreciate this, and I look forward to calling your games. And good luck, fam. Good luck. Danny and Cincy, everybody. Shout out to all the coaches in chat, and thank you, everybody.
Great job, George. Danny, we were really treated to quite the special game.
Yeah, impressive, man. Impressive by both these coaches. I love seeing their offensive style. It's always fun seeing both these pro-style coaches. It's a breath of fresh air instead of the air raid spread offenses that we've been seeing. I love it.
Great job, brother. You did a great job on the call, and color calm all night, doing both games. Thank you for everything you do.
Amen, man. Right back at you, man. It's always fun with you guys.
Well, we're gonna get a raid going here. Looks like we will be back on Monday for a double header. We'll have Oregon State right there. It will be 7 Eastern time, and then we'll have Baylor, Wisconsin at 9:30 Eastern. So we'll see you guys then.